This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome everyone to today's meeting, February 27th meeting of the KubeCon Amsterdam Kubernetes Contributors Summit Staff Team meeting. I think that name keeps getting longer every time I say it. As a reminder, this is a CNCF based meeting and therefore we are governed by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which boils down to be excellent to each other and don't be a jerk. So today we are picking up the pieces from last week because we had a bunch of folks out and we need to figure out all the things that we need to do. So starting at the top, we'll go through all the items that everybody's got first, and then we will get back to, I think, the most important thing that we need to do today, which is the room layouts for the docs, because Brienne needs those ideally by the end of today. I'd like to have them by the end of this call, but it's super important because she needs to get that over to the planners for the space. Just mute.
No, you can mute as host.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even know I could do that. So we'll get back to that. Next up, CNCF updates. That's all we have for the leads, I think, for now. CNCF updates. We know that we need the room layout decisions by the end of today. What about other decisions? This is a question to Brienne for things like coffee breaks, lunch, all the other stuff that goes along with making the event flow smoothly. When do we need decisions, or do we even need to make decisions about these things, or do they just happen?
So I am planning, so breakfast will be included pretty much in everyone's hotels. So that's where that'll be. I am going to include AM breaks, PM breaks, lunch, beverages and stuff like that in my proposal anyways. So that's already going to be included. Obviously I will need the final times for everything, but I don't need that until much closer to the event. So that's not anything we need to worry about right now. The one thing that I will need ideally by the end of this week is if anybody has any specific signage requests. I am working with our creative services team right now to put together our signage designs. So if anybody has anything specific that you would like for a sign, please let me know by the end of this week so I can get that into our team, and then I will have those drafts hopefully sometime next week that I'll be able to share. But right now, the biggest thing for me is just knowing what our room layouts will be as far as how we want them set. Any AV requests that we have, anything like that. That's kind of the biggest piece that I have right now that I need. So everything else is in a good spot.
Okie dokie. I will say regarding the signage, I remember in Detroit, you had arrows to stick on everything, and that was fantastic.
And I have those again, so.
Awesome. We got some hands up. Let's go to Chris.
Well, that was my question. Are we going to do the same thing we're going to do at Detroit? And if so, perfect.
Yep, that was my plan. So I just wanted to put it out there in case anybody had anything that they thought would be a great sign idea, just to let me know. But otherwise, yes, I'm planning on basically exactly the same as what I did for Detroit.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Bob, what you got?
Even if we don't have breakfast available, will we at least have like coffee when people are rolling in? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do coffee, and I'll
Mhm.
probably try to do some like small pastries or something. It's just not going to be the full breakfast like we did in Detroit.
Okay.
Cool.
That's cool. I just wanted to make sure, like, if coffee wasn't available, that would.
No,
Then we would have riots, I guess.
I will not
This
deprive
event won't
anyone
be
of
good.
coffee. I mean, I need my tea too, so.
Yeah, it would be a very slow-moving riot, but it would be a riot.
We will not have any angry, non-caffeinated people.
A lot of people with migraines talking to you. Not good.
Well, what's worse is it's going to be a lot of people with jet lag, which is going to be
And migraines.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be
if nothing
terrible.
else, I will make sure there is coffee.
Thank you.
Be the most
Very good.
irritable unconference you've ever had.
That's definitely hot tea because I am a hot tea drinker. So there will be hot tea as well.
Awesome. Any other questions for Brienne about anything at all before we move on?
I can give one more update also on the celebration. We do have the contract in hand, so it is in review with our upper level people. So hopefully we will get that finalized and signed this week, and I will let you know as soon as it is officially signed.
Awesome. Moving on. Content. I don't see Jason on the call. Is anybody from the content team on?
I'm here. I'm one of the shadows.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
We need to start looking at getting a CFP up this week. Can you bring that to Jason's attention? Make sure that the team is, working on that.
Yep, that's probably it's kind of why I joined SIG Release. We talked about this last week. We were trying to figure out the CFP status. So I see Kaylin's on there as well in chat. I will include her and myself and reach out to you, Jason, about this.
Fantastic. I know it's.
I can link you the one from last time where we did an issue for Valencia. I'm pulling that issue now and I can link it for you.
Cool. Thanks, Nigel.
The other thing, I'm pretty sure I still have access to the form for the CFP from NA. Literally worst case, just copy paste, because I am still getting people every other day asking me about the CFP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is do we just need to approve the content that's going to be in the CFP and then pass that up?
Yeah, it's basically create a form. Well, I'll create a form so it's saved in our correct drive place, and go from there.
Because I have time and can do it today if there's clear instructions. We haven't had a chance to sync as the content team yet.
Yeah, just let me know when, once we have something. Or if you need us to review something.
Yeah.
I will pull up the old CFP stuff right now and
actually, Nigel's link brings up an interesting point. Really, we've got two separate things to deal with. We've got a CFP for formally submitted presented talks, and then we also have the GitHub issue for all the unconference talks. Those are two separate things that both need to be handled.
Yeah.
It's like pre-submitting the unconference suggestions in the issue.
We don't.
I suppose that one's less important right now, the unconference one, because a lot what we ended up doing in Valencia was we had the issue there for people who submitted ahead of time and couldn't make it, but we still did sticky notes on the window for the unconference stuff. So it feels like that one's less pressing.
I was going to say that we probably don't need to worry about it as you're saying less pressing. I'm saying that it might not be as time sensitive, and then I realized that we only have 6 weeks or 7 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Once again, conferences in Mirror are closer than they may appear.
I thought you said conferences in EMEA.
That too.
Both.
Also that.
Yes.
Kaylin, that's a great suggestion. Maybe you can each take one, hash it out with Jason, who I know was incommunicado because he was on vacation as well. Awesome. I think that puts us in a good place for where the CFP might be. Let me make a couple notes, or could somebody make some notes in the doc about that, please?
I'll do.
Thank you. Moving on to comms with Chris. Where are we at?
Yeah, so the registration email went out on the 15th, right before I took off for vacation, and waiting on the CFP announcement. I wanted that to go out before we remind people about registration. So it would for the comms for CFP, it might be good. It's not necessary, but it might be good if we had the issue for unconference and the form, but it's not necessary. We can send out a reminder and, oh, here's the issue for the unconference later.
Creating the GitHub issue is easy.
Yeah.
Getting the
like-
form up requires a little more.
Right.
work.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we're waiting on.
And
Sooner the better.
and it won't hurt to have it yet another reminder. So
Exactly.
Awesome. So
Quick little thing. Sorry. I just copied the NA form into the EU directory, called it EU, and dropped a link in there. And anyone that is on the SIG-ContribEx list should be able to edit it.
Cool.
So
Cool. I added to the agenda notes.
cool.
awesome. Thank you, Bob. Let's see if we can try and get the CFP done by the end of this week.
Yes, please. If you need help, let us know.
Awesome. Moving ahead. Reg updates. How we doing, Mars?
Yay. I think we're doing great. Thanks a lot to Brian and the other folks. We've got 96 people registered so far, which is great. Yay. Yeah, 96 and 18 staff. I think we need to ping staff. We have more staff than 18. I'm not sure if I'm registered. I need to check that. but yes.
Yet if I re-register.
Yes, please do register. If you're staff, please do register. I hope yes, and we have some staff registered as regulars. Also, that's another, we should probably re-register. Cancel the first one and register as staff so we can have proper head counts and we know the details. But hopefully we'll have 150, I don't know, 200 maybe even, I don't know, we'll see. Fingers crossed.
I mean, we've already got the largest staff numbers that I think we've ever had. So I hope that we have a fairly large turnout as well.
Yes, absolutely. So
for those who are curious, our last total was something like 39 staff for this whole event, which is a huge number. So,
is there any special staff link or code or something?
Yes,
it is in Slack.
Okay, I'll go look. Thank you.
If you cannot find it, we can find it for you.
Yes.
It's linked in the staff channel bookmark bar, I think.
Oh, did we?
Let me check if it's.
Well, actually, we should look at the pins in the Summit staff as I'm looking at them right now because they're all out of date.
Yeah,
I will pin it. I found the link. I'll pin it.
Awesome.
Yay. So that's it from my side.
Okay. Over to celebration then, because Reg is looking good. No, just one more thing. No problems with the workflow now that Bob fixed the lookup for us.
Yes, thanks a lot, Bob. Thank you. Yes, there were some false missing registrations, GitHub registrations, but now they're all good. Yes. Yay.
Great. Xander said he could not be here, so let me just take a peek at what he said in Slack. Nothing to add to room requirements. He will be posting later today with some specific questions related to the social event, but we have the contract in hand, according to Brienne. So that is, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Over to ops with Federico. We got anything? Anything you need to talk about?
Hello. Not much, unless I'm missing something. I think that's I'm mostly depending on definitions and information that we're still working on. That said, I've been talking with the shadows, confirming that they've done the registration. There are some shadows which still haven't. They don't have the confirmation of yet when they will be there, but all of them at least have the expectation that they will be participating there. So I've confirmed that as far as I could. So I think we're and I've been adding others that have been volunteering in terms of they're going to be there and they want to help. So I've been doing that as well.
Fantastic. The meat of that work doesn't really start until after the content is hashed out and the schedule is laid out. Thank you for
I
that.
will
say, because we have so many volunteers, especially like Jason's got a lot of helpers along with all the shadows, don't hesitate to reach out to the other folks in the other teams and say, hey, you going to be there? Yep. Don't hesitate to reach out to all the other staff members.
I won't. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Takes us through ops. The SIG meet and greet is next up. I don't see Kim on the call, and Laura said she will not be here until the bottom of the hour. So we can wait on information from that. There is an issue opening GitHub that is on me for the handbook that needs a review done, and that's waiting on me, but I've been sick. Okay. Next up. Under MISC, book your hotels. Oh, they keep filling up. There are going to be so many people here. So if you are staff and you do not already have a hotel, get on that like right away. When I went to book, which was a couple weeks ago, almost all the hotels were filled up, and I ended up at a place that was like 320 euros a night. So book where you can while you can. I've noticed that I looked last night and I noticed they added a couple more hotels. So if you have not done so, get on that. Get on it. Next up under MISC as well. I noticed, this is just a point of interest. I noticed as I was going through all the travel stuff that there are passes, the Amsterdam travel ticket that will get you on, let me take a quick look and make sure I get it right, bus, trams, and metro, and allows you to travel all over the place in Amsterdam, and you can get it for 1, 2, or 3 days. It is worthwhile for anyone that is coming in to take a look at that. That's all I got. Suggestions for hotels. My suggestion is wherever you can find some space. That's
we're at that point.
Most of the hotels that are listed on the KubeCon website, they will tell you what days they have available. And some of them are like, oh, we have every day except Thursday. That's terrible because that just means that no one can book there. That's completely unacceptable. So get what you can. Get it now. Good luck. Next up, we had, we want to get into the room layout. I was really hoping Jason would be here for this because the content has to reflect upon the room layout. Do we want to do it on this call then, or do we want to wait a little while and try and do it asynchronously in Slack?
I would let's at least try and get an idea in this call and then go from there, either act or reply to suggestions, and so that way it can be completed by end of day.
Reasonable. Thank you for your input, Bob, as always. Let's go take a quick look then. I expect that the big room, let's see, forum, ground floor, home complex is general session, set up in theater. That is probably the ideal way to go with that room because we need at least one big room for the everybody session.
Can you share your screen or just drop a link to the sheet?
Yes, I can. I will share my screen. That will make life easier. Chrome tab, where are we? Chrome tab, Chrome tab.
Actually, what is the forum?
It says general session, so I guess it's the main room, right? It's
Yeah.
not the lounge, because on the map it looked a bit.
So the whole space is called the forum, and there's the forum lounge, which will be kind of the beverage and hangout area. And then there is the forum, and that is the general session space. So it is it's a separate space from the forum lounge. But the whole area is called forum.
And that one is like the biggest space we have, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, good.
One actual thought for the, sorry if you, so the Holland complex is its own large room, right?
So this venue is very confusing. It is divided into 3 sections. One section called the Holland complex, another section called the Elysium complex, and then there's a third section, I don't remember what it's called. So where we are is technically within the Holland complex of the Rye venue, but the space itself is called Forum Lounge, and then yeah, the E103, E105, like those are the actual room names.
And those are upstairs.
Yes, so everything is upstairs except for the Forum Lounge and the Forum. Those are on like ground level. And it's actually very simple. If everybody would go in through, I think it's registration K. So we're going to have 2 registration areas. There's registration K and registration C, and those also will have the health and safety checks. I believe it's K. And basically, if everybody were to go in that door, our space is basically straight back the hallway, like straight down the hallway from there. So it's very easy to get to if they go in that door. If everybody goes in the other doors, it's a whole thing. So again, we're going to have signage to make sure people get there, but definitely one side is much easier to get into. So the forum, where we will have the general session and meals and hangout space, is on ground level. Okay, C, sorry, not K, C. And then you'll see if you just go basically straight down, we end up in the forum area. So it's very simple. And then you can kind of see it's a terrible diagram that they've given us. Like, it's absolutely horrible. But right below Forum Lounge, you'll see what looks like stairs, and that is the escalator. And that will take you up
Very
to
intuitive.
the other rooms.
Very intuitive, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. And apparently I haven't actually been there in person, but everybody on the team that has been there in person says it's even more confusing in person. So
how
Amazing.
Yeah.
So probably on like the Sunday before, something like that, Monday before, whatever we do, need to have someone just like, here's where you go in and here's how you get to the thing.
Yeah.
And just like tweet it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
okay.
A live video. Here's me walking in the door.
Right. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think if we can encourage people to go through registration C as much as possible, that's going to make it so much easier, because you'll see over registration K, you've got to go in and then you've got to go up and you've got to go through a hallway and then you've got to go like back down, and
Oh.
it's very, very confusing.
Through the
So-
Arboretum in the middle.
Yeah, and our colo events, they're all going to be kind of in the Elysium Ballroom, Elysium 1, 2, 3 area. So the
Oh my
more we
gosh,
can encourage
yeah.
people to go through entrance C, the better and easier it's going to make for everybody.
And we can pre-communicate that. That's good. That's at least we know already which like entrance and everything that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
But once we get everybody to our space, it should be really easy. I mean, everything's all within, a confined space. Like I said, we're the only group back there. So it should make it really nice. We're going to have security, like a temp staff security person that will be just verifying badges, making sure everybody's supposed to be there. So it shouldn't cause any issues once we get people to the right place.
We could put a sign outside door K and say, Kubernetes Contributor Summit, we recommend door C instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
could do that,
that'd be
yeah.
a good idea.
Definitely.
Want to go on an adventure or just be at the summit?
How are you
I-
feeling today?
I posted a link to their like actual room previews. So the forum itself
cool.
is like an actual like amphitheater type thing.
Mhm.
Mm.
Cool.
So that it's not something we can just like, do some seating up front and then have rounds in the back like we did other places.
Oh, it's just a theater space.
So if you go to entrance E forum Ruby Lounge,
Oh, yeah.
Like
So-
cinema style kind of.
yeah.
Reminds me of my university.
Yeah, it's an interesting venue.
The lounge looks very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the forum is pre-done as like a theater style. So it is kind of set up already for general session style.
Oh.
Okay.
Perfect.
And it
So-
does have a podium and everything. Right?
It does just mean like we can't change it to be anything else.
Yes.
Right.
It is
Well,
that.
The
That is what it
hilarity
is.
would be asking them to rip out the seats and put it into rounds or something.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
somewhere would try and comply. but it
Table would be lean
terrible.
too. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
The question is if there's enough space to maybe get like a table or a few tables in the back. It seems like there is some space, but it's
Yeah.
not really clear on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I could ask and see if that would be a possibility. We might be able to do something like that.
Look at how
let's
they
see.
represented the seating in the forum on this graphic. Like that would never occur to me that that's seating unless I'd seen the picture beforehand.
Yeah.
Or their
Yeah,
escalator.
or is it likely to be a realistic representation? So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and like there's
Mhm.
only space right in that little corner. Yeah.
the chairs running right into the door or into the walls are pretty unlikely.
And I found I dropped a link. They have a virtual tour so you can sort of preview some of the space.
And these are the rest of our rooms, 103 through
Mm.
108, right?
Yeah.
So these are all large rooms that can basically be separated, is what I'm getting.
Yep.
Yes, so they
Um,
are separate rooms. Yep. And we can have them set however we want to for those.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that recording only needs to happen in the major room.
Okay. Yes. So right now I do have it budgeted for the general session and workshop if we are doing a workshop. I don't have it
We-
budgeted for anything else. So
Yeah, we could use workshop as a second session room where we can.
Yeah.
So then we have two session rooms. We have both recorded, both in theater style.
And then 4 potentially on conference rooms,
Mhm.
since that seems to be what everybody seems to lean towards.
Yeah.
So that gives
Is-
us,
Is there going to be a doc sprint?
Yeah, we
Oh,
have a
yes.
doc sprint, one of
Oh,
them, right?
Doc
They
Sprint's
just-
not
They just need a small like
Circle kind of, right?
yeah, or if
So
there's
105 or
a
106.
Let's look
So
at
if
that.
So the room that is set up for or designated right now as our workshop room, it is actually able to be split into 2 different rooms. So if we wanted to make that into 2 smaller rooms rather than 1 large room, we could do that as well.
So it looks like 105 and 106 are a little smaller than the others based on how it blocks. I mean, guessing on the number of icons in this screen.
But if you look at the sheet, you have like numbers of seating in there. So the 5 and 6 are at 49 in serial mode, so they're the smallest.
And then we have 101 as a staff office. Where's 101? Over here. Is that so? That's upstairs above the forum.
It is, yes.
Okay. We don't have 102.
We do not. No.
Okay. I am
Do we have
hesitant
the
to
Ruby
put the doc
Lounge?
sprint. Sorry, go ahead.
Do we have the Ruby Lounge?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm
I
hesitant.
mean, we want at least one of the rooms for SIG meets, right? SIG and work group meets. And those usually we want like a kind of.
That could be.
Doesn't need to be a big one either. They're usually like the biggest ones were like 20, 30 people.
I'm gonna say that based on the layout, we should put the dock spring at the end, just because they tend to be quiet and we don't want to disturb them.
Sounds good.
Thoughts on that?
My concern's the room capacity. That's all. Like we're giving them a big room.
Yeah. They generally only have like 10 people in there.
Yeah. I'm hesitant to put them in the middle.
Yeah,
like 105, 106, which are the small rooms, are right in the middle here.
The other option would be to, swap out the staff room.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that because we do have a lot of staff.
Oh, right.
Good point.
Yeah, give them staff in 105 or 106.
And give them 101. Though I'm curious what the sound is like, because if we put them directly above one of the rooms that happens to have AV, and they can get noise.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I wouldn't. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to prevent that or fix that, and that's going to affect all the rooms.
Yeah, but if we put them directly above the one room that has all the AV and loud presentations,
it probably is not going to be that loud. It's going to be, just a couple people talking. If it was like a concert or something more involved, I'd be potentially a bit more concerned, but like they're on another floor.
Yeah. It's not a real floor, right? Like,
and the location looks quite soundproof.
And then
the
that
thing about it is
case,
that you don't have AV in there, so you don't have to worry about, because if you put them in one of the other ones, you're missing a room with AV for other things, assuming it's not being recorded or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to suggest that Doc Sprint gets room 101. Let's see, that gives us 4 rooms. Do we want the staff office in the middle where people can potentially wander into it? Or do we want to put ourselves at the end? I'm thinking of putting us at the end, even though it's a larger room.
I don't know. It seems like a waste of a larger room.
Yeah, we don't need the room that much.
So we've got workshop. Yeah, let's do this then.
Yeah.
Staff office. And then the breakout rooms, one of these can be also for SIG meets.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how we see content coming up, we could even make 2. Like that's what we did in Valencia every now and then.
But I guess it
have
depends
either or
on.
not.
Basically, these 2 rooms will be, well, this room will be for the CFP. This room will be potentially for CFP, depending on, sounds like we're going to get a lot of people submitting. Then we'll have
I mean, we
DocSpring
can move it flexibly to unconference if we see more unconference than CFP.
So then these 2 would be, so DocSprint, then from top to bottom, it would be the workshop room. 105 would be our staff office. 6 and 7 are dedicated unconference, and 8 could be unconference and or SIG meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives us, I think that's plenty of rooms. Let's see. That means we want theater here, and for the workshop,
yeah, basically the same.
I'm thinking classroom. This, I don't think we get a choice. This is just theater style. Because if we can set this up like a classroom, then anybody that's doing a workshop in there could potentially have people, like we had somebody already say that they were interested in running like a hands-on security workshop, in which case people are going to want to have their laptops out.
Yeah.
And classroom essentially doubles as theater.
Yeah. And then staff office, I don't know, boardroom, U-shape.
I was going to say rounds, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't. We've had.
Well, let's see. What can we get? U-shape board? No, board's not even available there. Okay.
Yeah, I think rounds is fine.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 rounds as well. And this one also rounds. So these are all going to be rounds.
For if you're doing like unconference type stuff, they're going to be taking over that entire room. That one I would probably do
U-shape,
board or U-shape.
Yeah.
I see board is not available, so we'll do U-shape.
Yeah, usually 6 also prefer U-shape.
Okay.
But DocSprint is always
that's just a board.
Yeah. So that gives us 16 in the DocSprint, U-shape, 20, 20, and 15.
We already have how many registrations?
Yeah, I was going to say rounds might be better. I know it's not exactly ideal, but you get more people in.
Let's throw rounds in the SIG room.
The SIG room would be the one that I'd leave as U-shape, because it's usually just them literally having a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Well, I'm wondering, is it going to be one SIG at a time?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll sign up.
It will 100% be one SIG at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we can do.
You could
U-shape
change
there
the
and round.
smaller
Close to rounds.
Yeah. Or do just the smaller one to rounds and that one could be like another U-shape.
Oh, pretty small.
I think here.
I'm thinking sometimes unconference sessions are quite popular. But I mean, for really popular ones, we need to anyway move them to workshop, maybe.
Potentially. I mean, if we get an unconference that's going to have 40 or 50 people in it, then.
Yeah, I mean, in Valencia, we had one with like almost 100 people in it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we didn't have the pre-announced sessions. So.
They're not going to fit in any of these rooms. If we get 100 people, we got to move it over here.
To be honest, like we are probably at a good chunk of who is registered and who's going to be going. We saw basically a pattern shift previously with people, registering at the last minute, but now with so many people having to get like you're approved for travel or you're not. I would probably bank on us having like 120 people, maybe like 150 register, but realistically probably 120 people on site.
Okay.
Yeah, then we have less issues. Yeah.
So I wonder if that, considering how many people have been asking about the CFP, I wonder if maybe the CFP will give us a larger boost than previous, because we've seen a lot of people ask about the CFP. But I don't, we're at least halfway there. Okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
I can pull up the numbers from NA because it'll probably be, at most 2/3 of NA.
Does everyone agree with the layouts that we've got here?
Works.
Anybody want to say anything else?
And we set them up for max capacity, right? So,
well, let's see if we do this.
I mean, with forum we cannot change anything anyway, right?
Yeah. So let's crunch the numbers here. So if we do that in rounds, that's 28. Do that in rounds, that's 28. Rounds is 44. And U shape is 20. Board is 16. So that's 36, 80, 100, 120, 136, 206, 212. That's 212 between these rooms.
Yeah.
Plus the main session. I think we're fine. We need to get, let's see, podiums. We probably want them in these two. Yeah. I don't think we need. Do we need podiums in the other rooms?
No.
We definitely don't need one in the staff office. Oh wait, I'm counting the staff office in those numbers. Definitely not in the doc sprint. Do we want to put a podium in some of the other rooms? Has it, for those of you who have attended unconferences in the past, would a podium be useful in an unconference setting?
And some of them, yeah, it's not like some of the topics lend themselves well to it, where it's like one person like sharing an idea, but a lot of them are like group discussions where people kind of throw out an issue and everybody kind of raps on it. And in those, like a podium isn't super helpful. So if we're erring on the side of podium or no podium, I would pick no podium.
Agree with that.
You would err on the side of no podium.
Yeah.
Okay. Screens and projectors. I assume the forum is probably already set up. We should find that out. We definitely want it in the workshop. I think that's going to be at least 2 screens.
So for the forum, we will have our AV team setting up screens and projectors and everything. So I do still need to know how many we're wanting.
2. I mean, how many how many are in there? What can we
like? What is there space for? Do we know?
Let's go back and look at the. Where was it? Forum.
If you look at the fact sheet, I bet it has it on there.
Good call.
It's a PDF.
Oh, thank you.
Bugger.
Downloading that now.
I've seen some pictures where people did have 2 screens and they just kind of like set them on either side of the stage space, like down on the ground on either side. So I think it's really up to us. And like, if we'd rather do like 1 large screen in the middle or 2 smaller screens on each side, I think there's ability to do either one.
It looks from the picture like it's designed for everybody to sort of stare at one major screen. Which is probably better than the fact sheet just has a larger version of this picture because you couldn't see it in my other window.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, if you scroll back up, I posted the virtual tour where you can actually see much more of the rooms.
You did?
Yep.
Then hall 10. That's where you need to start.
Zoom chat.
Virtual tour.
And then, yeah, there's like an option for forum, like you'll see it in there. So, yep, start.
Oop. Click something. How do I get back? I'm just going to restart this because apparently going back is not an option. Start. What hall are we in? Or how do we get there? Meeting rooms. Where is the F?
Yep. So, it's over by the Elysium.
Entrance E. Can I just move through here?
You scroll through forum lounge. I think it was above.
Yep, so
that.
yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. So,
okay.
And then
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Forum. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. It's actually very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one big screen is the way to go here. If this is an option. If the statement of we want one screen is somebody's going to come in and stand up one screen that is significantly smaller than maybe we want 2, but I still feel like the way that the seating is laid out, everybody is pointed at one screen. You don't have that. Well, you were off to the left, so you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
with it being the amphitheater style, like one screen should be fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
The only reason it might not be as if it was like really forward on the stage or something like that. By
Yeah.
Yeah.
One big screen. The workshop. Let's go up to the workshop then. E103, 104. Let's see if we can.
One note. So
it-
in the ride, the floors, like it starts with 0. So
Yes, remember that.
if you
You're up.
Laura.
I was just gonna before you go away, if you hit the I before you go back. No.
Right.
If you hit the I, it tells you about what screens are available.
Oh.
Sorry about.
No worries.
Oh no, that's cool. Ew.
Built-in screen.
Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Honestly, I kind of expected a built-in screen with an amphitheater like that anyway.
Yeah.
Some chairs can also be folded up, enabling them to be used as writing tables.
Oh, and they got a preview like that.
Cool.
That's kind of cool.
Ah.
That might actually be a better option.
That
Yeah, because it's
is
way too
a
big
better
anyway,
option.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's massive. So we should.
Yeah, so
Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, people can put on
the
it.
classroom option is for there.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
368
cool.
it says.
Then let's change it
368.
to
Yeah,
that.
it basically cuts it right in half.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We'll have we
Totally
won't have
fine.
257 people, so classroom.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And if we have more than that, then go us.
Yeah, so it's 257.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Good catch, everybody.
Beautiful. That was great.
Good. I mean, let's go with one screen for all the other rooms. That's I don't think
Well,
we need
let's.
to.
I do want to look at the larger room. If I can go back to.
Oh yeah, the big one, which is anyway 2 rooms, right? I mean, it's a merged
There we
room.
go. E103. That worked quite well. Oh, there's a big window in there. That's gonna be.
There are for most of them, but there are shades like that are like blackout curtains.
Yeah, the rooms all have a blackout option, so it'll be darkened.
Cool.
So if we're doing E103, 104 together, I think 2 screens.
Yeah.
Because then we can have people. We have like a setup in the middle. Riser and podium, assuming if there's a riser or not, doesn't matter. Podium in the middle and screens on either side would be good because it feels like a very wide classroom setting.
If they're being joined, like, is it being set up so that the person is facing the windows, or is a person facing the other side? Because it'd be either wide or long.
Let's see if there's an eye in that room.
Look for the
There
eye.
is.
There is. It was just to the bottom left.
There.
Oh.
Sometimes
But-
it doesn't want to let go.
Okay, so it is
But
wide.
If
Yeah.
you take a look,
Yeah.
if you go back to the drop down where you can see all of them together, they show you 105, 106, and 107 being merged. So I would imagine 103 and 104 would look the same. So if you do the drop
Okay.
down from overview of facilities.
Oh.
So overview facilities, and then scroll down till you get down to the E's. You'll see it because I'm moving
Oh,
around
yeah.
here. Yeah,
Here we
105 to
are.
107. So that's what it looks like when you have 3 of them merged together.
Got it.
Yeah, and then
So I would
one
assume
screen
they would do the
per.
same thing too.
Okay.
Okay. So it's
And
going
they
to
actually
be.
have screens in the ceiling. I saw, like they can,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
like each room
So-
has one. So
I'm assuming with 2 rooms joined together, you're just going to get 2 screens.
Yeah. Perfect.
You'll want that.
That makes life easy. And then for all the other rooms, we're just going to say, oh, wait, we don't need one in the staff office. Yes, one.
Presumably, they're smart enough to tie together the info.
Yeah.
And I don't think a doc sprint need one.
I
So
think
I
there's a
guess
TV in there anyway, so it's like,
Oh. Well,
Okay. Microphones. I assume this is in addition to whatever's up front. Is that correct? And holy crap, we're almost out of time.
No, I think we always need to give all numbers of microphones.
Yeah, just whatever number you think you want, just put it in there, and then our AV team will account for what's needed.
Let's do a few more in the forum for AMA in case you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 in that room, 2 in all the breakout rooms. Doc sprint and staff office don't need any.
Yep.
The only room being recorded. Do we need to record the workshop? Couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Let's record it.
And
We
definitely
can move good big sessions in there too,
and for the other rooms, the big room needs an AV tech. I don't think the other rooms need dedicated. They could have floaters. That's
the
my
only thing is, I think they will automatically assign someone there if it's going to be recorded.
I was going to say, I think the workshop will end up having somebody since we're recording.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
They generally don't give you an option to just try and do that yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly.
Yeah, these room. So we'll need to also fill in other things like whether we want whiteboards and such. But I want to get back to very quickly. I think we've got 90% of what we need here, and we can do the rest async over the rest of today. I just want to touch base. No, wrong way.
Brent, do you need the whiteboards and like that level of detail today?
No, you can add that in
Okay.
later throughout the week. That's fine. Yeah, I just needed the basic information of room sets and AV needs.
Okay. So you got everything you need?
Yep, that's perfect.
Cool.
90% done. Back to the SIG meet and greet because Laura is on and Kim is not. Do you have any updates?
Hi.
Anything else?
No, I have not gotten a chance to meet with Kim yet.
Okay.
So, what do you need?
Like,
do you need anything right now from this whole thing? No? Yes? Because I will start chasing things down, but I have not gotten a hold of Kim yet.
I think the only thing really is to start to create the issue to ask for volunteers to be at the SIG meet and greet.
Oh, okay. So that issue. All right. I will check with Kim, and if Kim does not respond, I will do it.
Actually, Brianne, do we know what room and time it's going to be yet?
The SIG meet and greet, it is, I don't know it off the top of my head, but if we go back to the planning doc, it's actually listed on there, the times and the room.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like
Friday after lunch again?
It is. It's Friday. I want to say it's like 1 to 3 or 1:30 to 3, something like that. I think, like I said, it's listed on the planning doc.
So do you need me to get something together for the room, or is the room set?
So the room, we have it requested to be set in rounds, same as what it's always been. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So y'all just need the issue made and everything, and I will find out if Kim has already started that.
And I still need to go give a thumbs up on the handbook that Burke has put together.
I'll do it. I'll follow the handbook otherwise, but I didn't know if there was something I missed earlier that wasn't done yet, but I can start on the issue.
Okay. I'm gonna stop recording now.